Hi there. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy hump day. Um, I returned from a week away in the mountains of North Carolina, and it was gorgeous, amazing to be amidst all the beautiful color and to be in nature and actually just to get away from my computer for a while. I don't know about you, but I love what I do, and I love sharing all of this important information and with you and inspiring you to be your best and brightest self. But sometimes I get really tired of just staring at a computer screen. So, anyway, it was great to be away. And I want to share with you what I just received in the mail today, which are these beautiful beads from an organization called Just Like My Child Foundation. I was at a virtual event and they did a fundraiser. And if you donated a certain amount of money, they sent you these beads, which they say, we hope that you enjoy these handmade beads from Uganda, lovingly made with rolled, recycled paper by women who are rocking business on the other side of the world. Each bead carries the energy of love and creation that embodies the feminine spirit. So I love these. I love finding organizations that are doing amazing work and sharing them with you, just like my Child Foundation, supporting women and girls and just empowering them to be all that they can be. So you might ask yourself sometimes, how do I become more engaged in philanthropy? How do I find amazing organizations to support? How do I know where to find them and what to do once I do find them? And so that is what I'm all about. And I teach that in my online course, Impact from the Inside Out. And I also teach that in my one-on-one work with my clients. So I'll give you a little bit more information about that at the end of this video. But I want to talk to you about just your approach to giving, because you are not alone if you take a somewhat haphazard or willy-nilly approach to giving, which means you just kind of give to organizations that you always have, or maybe your family has, or maybe friends invite you to donate and you do that. And you don't really think strategically about where are you giving and why and what's your long-term goal in your giving. So that's what I want to talk about today. So what I suggest when I'm working with my clients is to actually take an investor approach or an investor mindset towards your giving, because in reality, we are investing. We're investing in the organizations that we're donating to. We're investing in their team members. We're investing in the beneficiaries of their services, because what we're trying to do is find solutions to the problems, the issues, the social challenges that we're facing, rather than just taking a band-aid approach and, hoping that you'll, eliminate guilt or just feel like you've done something good if you just make a donation. That's really not what we're about. We really want to find solutions, support solutions, and bring an end to some of these social challenges that we're facing. So what I suggest is that you create an annual review process. So if you're used to investing at all, you typically look at your investment portfolio on an annual basis. I suggest the same thing for your philanthropy. So you have an annual review at whatever time of year that works for you. And you kind of look at what your plan is for the year. Where do you want to be giving? How much? How often? And the great thing about this is if you put some time in up front, you don't have to be thinking about it throughout the year. You don't have to, when you're asked to donate, you'll know the answer. Does this fit into my portfolio or not? Is this in alignment with what I'm doing or not? So you won't have to think about it a lot, and it'll just become a little bit more automatic. And in that way, it also kind of becomes a way of life. It's not just something that you only do haphazardly and randomly and here and there. It actually becomes kind of a way of life, a piece of your abundant life. So what we do when I work with clients is we create a portfolio of giving. So we actually lay out, where are you going to be giving? What causes are important to you? What organizations are you supporting? Are you giving time, talent, treasure? How often? How are you giving? And what donor vehicles are you using? All those type of questions we get into. But we create this portfolio of giving, and it's a template that you have, then you can use honestly for the rest of your life by just making tweaks to it as your choices change, as you decide that maybe you want to do a little bit differently. Maybe you want to focus on another cause that's come up and become important to you. So you can make those adjustments on an ongoing basis if necessary. So what this is called is strategic philanthropy. So it's different than charity. I like to make that distinction. You know, when we think of charity, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna give to this food bank and I'm just gonna write a check and that's my charity. I don't even really like the word charity anymore. I really like this paradigm shift to strategic philanthropy, which again is about solving long-term problems, getting to the root cause of issues and finding solutions and supporting those solutions. So here are, I'm going to give you just 4 basic questions you can start with. If you don't want to dive in too deep yet, but you want to kind of start thinking differently, here are 4 questions you can be focused on around your philanthropy. So the first one is, what cause do I want to support, or causes? When you're starting out, I suggest that you narrow it down to 1 to 3 at most causes that you're supporting, because you want to make sure that you're actually doing something that's making an impact, that's making a difference. And when we're supporting, but when I started giving away money years ago, I had a list of organizations I was supporting. I mean, there were probably like 10 or 12, and I was making, smaller donations to 10 or 12 different organizations. And I felt like, because there were so many causes that were important to me. And although, the intent was good, the impact was probably not so significant. So anyway, I really, really suggest you narrow it down to 1 to 3 causes. Then you kind of ask yourself, what's the difference that I want to make? What would I like to see happen if I'm going to share my time, talent, or treasure? What difference am I trying to make? So kind of be thinking a little bit deeper. It's not just that I want to support this cause. I'd like to see them find a solution. I'd like to see a cure for cancer. I'd like to see an end to homelessness, or whatever it is. You really want to get to a point where there's a real difference being made, and that you're a part of that difference. You can ask yourself also, do I want to focus at the local, national, or international level? And you can decide, you might do a combination of those 3, but it depends on the cause that you're addressing. It depends on whether or not you want to volunteer, where in that case, of course, you'd want to be working with a local organization. Whether the issue that you're addressing is something that's really most important to be addressing at a national level, or maybe it's something that's happening in a country or on a continent far away. But you really, like, for example, just like my child foundation focuses in Uganda. Maybe if that's something that's really tugging at your heart, you want to be focused on an international issue. So you want to think about that. And then the 4th question, so I've got your cause, the difference you want to make, whether you're at the local, national, or international level. And then finally, what organization or organizations are making an impact on that issue that you're interested in. This all takes a little bit of digging to do. It all takes a little bit of time to get to the answers to these questions, but I can assure you it is absolutely well worth your time and effort. You will not only make a bigger impact, you will feel a deeper sense of fulfillment, because you'll feel a connection to the giving that you're doing. And that's the most important thing. And there are so many positive benefits to making that connection and doing good. So I can get into those in another video. But again, the 4 questions: what's the cause you want to focus on? What's the difference you want to make? Are you doing it at a local, national, or international level? And what organization or organizations are you going to support? So I hope that is helpful to you. Know that, again, I teach this all in my course. It's an online course, Impact from the Inside Out. I also do this work one-on-one with clients. So if you're really ready to kind of get more strategic with your philanthropy, let's set up a time to talk. I have actually free impact breakthrough sessions that I offer, which is actually an opportunity for you and I to sit down one-on-one on a Zoom call and kind of explore where you are, where you'd like to go, and how we get there, and how I can support you in that. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to post a link to my scheduling app, and you can schedule a time, a 30-minute call with me. I'd love to meet you face to face, virtually, and we can talk about your dreams for giving. We're entering the season of giving, and I would love to support you in becoming more impactful as a giver, and really stepping into all that you can be and all the magnificence that you have to share. So great to be with you. I hope to see you soon, and I'll leave that link down under the video to schedule a breakthrough session. Have a great week.